Hello everyone and welcome along. It's the final race of the ILR season on F1 2016. We're about to hit on to the brand new game, and it's pretty much like an FA Cup final when all the leagues come together and fight it out for one trophy. Yes, that's right, it's the ILR Race of Champions where ILR 1 and ILR 2 collide with the best drivers coming up against one another, and today we find out who is the ultimate driver. It's a bit of an exhibition. Some will be taking it a lot more seriously than that. Jamie was alongside me today, and Jamie, what do you expect from this race today? Do you expect a lot of light-heartedness, or are you expecting a fierce battle out there to become the King of Kings?
I'd love to say I expect a lot of light-hearted battling out there, but you know these guys. They're some of the quickest in ILR 1 and ILR 2. And in order to be quick, you have to be aggressive, you have to be fierce, and you have to, you have to get your elbows out there. So I bet you there's going to be a lot of bump and grinding, a lot of losing heads. I know it's a friendly, but it'll be a very good race. Some very, very, very quick drivers, as we have all the best here in Germany. It's a shame that Mike couldn't show up, the ILR 1 champ, doing Lewis Hamilton from London. But hey, he's probably sat well at home in his armchair and enjoying this one today. And so, I know it's early, Andy, but what do you think? Who do you think will be the quickest out here today?
Well, I'll tell you what, it's going to be very difficult to argue against Michelangelo. He has been rapid all season in ILR 2. He's totally dominated it, Jimmy. He's won most of the races. He won the championship well before its conclusion.
Oh, yeah.
And you've got to say, he's odds-on favourite. I'd also say that Zalin, we've seen his pace of late. It's looked absolutely rapid. Maxi T's another shout as well. But they're all coming from one side. They're all coming from ILR 2. The people from ILR 1 that I can see causing a little bit of an upset or a star, you've got to look at the likes of Corey. He was very, very, very close to winning the championship. He looks like a very quick driver. Flexi on his day could be quick. We know partway driving ILR 2's quick. But there's a lot of drivers, Jamie. It's hard to pick from. But personally, I think it's going to come from an ILR 2 driver. What do you think? Do you agree?
Yeah, the question is, though, is my man, if I can find out, yep, Zalin's here. So my favorite is automatically Zalin, the Hungarian rapid driver. I'll be surprised if he doesn't win today. It all depends on what strategy he's going for. I know Germany is a very interesting one because not many people talk about the strategy in Germany. And even personally, I am not too sure if it's a soft, medium, soft, or maybe you can sneak a super soft stint in there. I don't know. I would ask you, but you just say you'd one-stop it, right?
Yeah, exactly. I would just say one stop and use the two hardest compounds, and if they blow up, they blow up. If they don't blow up, then job done. So yeah, that is pretty much what I would do. We're going to find out though, Jamie. I mean, what tyres do we have available this weekend? I think we have got...
So, it's the second softest allocation that Pirelli has brought to Germany today. It's going to be the super soft, soft, and medium allocation. And so I do expect some drivers to qualify in the super soft just to get high up there. And then probably do a medium soft stint. See, this is my first ever German 50% German Grand Prix that I've ever watched or even been in a lobby with. So this is going to be very interesting to see. I'm not too knowledgeable of what happens around here in Germany, but I'll catch on and we'll see what drivers or what strategies drivers go for. As 4 sticks right now is the quickest man on the track. I think is the only one that's at a lap. Yeah, he's done a 15.5, which is alright for the softs. Just a tenth behind him is Maxi T on the 15.6 on the super softs. That's not too quick. It's the pace goes quickest with a 14.9, and I do expect times to tumble quite a bit more. I expect to see a low 14 at least, maybe a high 13, maybe a high 13. You never know.
Yeah, we've got no idea what to expect, because usually I would say to the viewers, I know me and Jamie would race in ILR 1 and then we'd watch ILR 2, so we'd have a little bit of an idea usually because we've been practicing ourselves. But as it is with this, the Race of Champions, we are commentating. There's one event, there's not two Race of Champions obviously, so we are pretty much in the dark, and it's going to be quite interesting to wait and see how it unfolds for not just us but the viewers at home as well. Now, you're saying the standard thing, Jamie, the standard 2-stop, we see this at most tracks when you've got this allocation, super soft, medium, then soft. But I have just got a slight suspicion we might see super soft, medium, super soft. I'm just got a feeling, just casting my memory back, I'm pretty sure a lot of drivers do super soft, medium on 25%. Now I don't know if that changes it up a little bit and makes that possible, I don't know. But we'll find out in good time. But yeah, let's just have a quick rundown of who we have got racing today. We'll start with the drivers on the leaderboard at the moment. Ace of Pace is quickest, a 1 minute 14.9. He's 6 thousandths quicker than Paul. Ace of Pace reserve at the moment, Jamie, is that correct? Or was he last season in actually?
He was technically a reserve last season, but I think he got pretty much moved to full-time driver. I mean, he was there pretty much every race, so it's good to see him have a full-time spot for next season, though. So I can't wait for that.
Yep, you'll be in ILR 1 next season. I think we can also mention Paul McGuinness. Of course, he's in ILR 2. Flexi as well, ILR 2 last season. I'm just talking about last season because, of course, that's where these drivers are coming from, or ILR 1 and 2. It's me, he raced in ILR 2 as well. No, wait, sorry, I made a mess of this. Paul and Flex were in ILR 1.
Yeah.
Flex, It's me was in ILR 2. As
correct.
Partway Drive goes quickest, he was also in ILR 2. Cody was in ILR 1. Shimasi, he's just a newcomer, very quick newcomer as well. Going into ILR 1, is it?
ILR 1, yep.
Yep. Lyle Blade, we know he's quick, he was ILR 2 last season. Maxi T as well. Force Tex was ILR 2, Alan was ILR 2, Johnny was ILR 2. Most of these drivers are ILR 2 really. Jack Gooding, ILR 1. CJ ILR 2, Ritson ILR 1, Bardud ILR 1, Michelangelo ILR 2, and of course Philip down the bottom there was in ILR 2 as well. So yeah, we just get the cars out on track then. Parkway Drive's gone quickest at 14.6. Now, as we said recently, Jamie, we said it before, what will drivers do? Will they go on the softs? Will they start on the super softs? We've seen a lot of cases with the likes of Michelangelo starting his qualifying on this super softs, doing slow lap times to build him up for a soft tyre lap, haven't we?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to say that the smartest to go here in Germany is probably going on the softs. Thermal degradation, as I pronounce it, is an issue here for the super softs because they get a bit too hot in the track and they do tend to wear just from the heat. So that wouldn't be my preferable choice of tire to start on. If maybe the drivers can work out maybe a soft, medium, super soft, that's probably the way to go. But starting on the super soft tires on a heavy load of fuel and the car is just sliding around, it's not ideal. I wouldn't start in the super softs. The softs is probably the way to go. And seeing as we have drivers like Paul McGuinness, who is, I think he dipped below a 15 a minute, 14.9 on the softs. So I think he's dedicated to the softs. Parkway Drive is actually done a 14.6 on the softs, and that's a rapid time. That's a very rapid time. I know Ritson's done a 14.9 on the softs. So yeah, I think most drivers are going to aim to start on the softs.
Yeah, pretty decent stuff. Just to quickly to update you guys on the weather as well, we have got track temperature 34 degrees, 24 air temperature. It's partly cloudy skies, sun is out, poking between those clouds, and then for the race day tomorrow it's going to start cloudy with a little bit of sunshine before it brightens up later on towards the race conclusion. So no rain expected at all this weekend, so that confirms the strategy. Johnny has actually said in the chat or on the radio,
soft, medium, soft,
that he believes that it's a soft, medium, soft. So we'll have to wait and see. But I'm now going to retire and watch the cars on track. I've just given a quick look at the weather and what drivers are doing what. But now it's time to go to the racetrack. We've got 10 minutes left in the session, Jimmy, and right now it's Parkway Drive on top.
It is Parkway Drive on top, but I do expect quicker times to come through as we're on board with Johnny R95. I'm not too sure if he's on a lap. Okay, he must be on a lap, yeah. So he comes into the hairpin now, heavy braking. You want to nail this corner. There's two ways to take this corner. You can either go deep and slingshot, or you can just do the simple apex and exit, which is the reason Hamilton and Button collided at the hairpin back in 2014. But it's all clear for Johnny R95 as he comes through this is the Mercedes grandstand, right? The Mercedes grandstand? I think it's backed out of it. It's maybe. Yep. You never know. The Red Bull is a very low revving sounding car.
Yeah. Yeah, it looked like he was quite slow at the corner, but we'll see. What was his middle sector time like? Was it anything like Parkway Drive's? He did a 34.9 through the middle sector on his quick lap. So what did Johnny do there? Was it quite? It did look as if it was quite slow. Yeah, he was. He backed out by 3 seconds in that middle sector, Jimmy.
Okay.
So Johnny R is just bringing the tyres into the zone. But who I did see out on track going hard was Ace of Pace, and I now pick him up in the final few corners. The Force India driver, he's currently 2/10 away from the pole. He's on the super soft. So is he committing to the super soft tyre here?
Yep,
is he going to put
definitely.
it fastest at the moment?
Yes, he will.
Ace of Pace, quickest.
What time is that?
And he does. What was the time?
At 1:14.3.
Yep. 1:14.3 for Ace of Pace. He goes quickest then, ahead of Parkway Drive, who's done a 14.6, but he did it on soft. So Ace of Pace goes 3/10 clear of Parkway Drive, who crosses the line now to start his super soft lap time, Jamie.
Let's go on board with him.
1 and 2 at the moment. They're looking pretty quick.
Heavy braking. This is a very annoying corner if you don't have ABS. The camber of the corner dips to the inside. It's very easy to lock your tires up. As he comes through now onto the back straight, opens up the DRS, tries to get that speed up to maximum, that's forcing up to maximum speed, into the hairpin, can he nail the apex, heavy braking. What interesting line as he flies out of the hairpin, get on the power, don't squirm too much, into, I believe this is turn 6. Or turn 5, and then up into turn 6. This is a very interesting flow of corners here. He tries to take a wide line to turn and approach turn 8. Almost goes up in the grass, and then takes as much track space as he can, slings it into the grandstand stadium section, just tapping the apex there, getting a good exit, and then into the final in my opinion, an annoying couple of corners. Very understeer here. It's very easy to run wide. He keeps it in, up into the final corner, keeps it off the curbs, up to the line. What can he do? It's pole. It's fastest.
Yeah, it's pole position for Parkway Drive. What's the time?
Well, 14.1.
And he goes even quicker. And we start to dip slowly towards the 1:13s. Parkway Drive then responds to his teammate Ace of Pace's time and goes 2/10 quicker. Parkway Drive on top then from his forced India teammate Ace of Pace. It's a Scottish 3-4, 4-6, 14.5 in third, and Paul McGuinness fourth. But that's been changed because Zalin had just popped in a 14.4 in the soft, Jamie. That's a quick time. There you go, Zalin delivering on those soft tyres, and he's going again by the looks of it, Jamie. He doesn't look as if he's going slowly, so this might be a warm-up before going on to super softs, because why would you damage them?
Yeah, why would you damage them anymore? Exactly.
Yeah,
but
so Alan going hard again by the looks of it, and showing no signs of backing out and saving the life of those tyres. The Ferrari driver then through the hairpin and heads down towards the Mercedes grandstand. And now I have to say, Jamie, from the end exit of turn 2 and all the way up to this point here, some great overtaking can be expected in the race. Good good battling, isn't that right?
Yeah, that's the case if everyone can, come together and agree on making it through turn 1 without bits and pieces of carbon fiber all over the track. I know from history I've never had a league race where there isn't an accident at turn 1. I remember back a couple of seasons ago in a league I won't mention, I hit someone going into turn 1, and that didn't end very well for 3 of the drivers. But that's why I'm in the commentary booth. As Zalin, wow, all over the curves.
Maxi T has just went quickest, Jamie, on a 14.0 on the soft compound
14.0. Zalin is a tenth off of him on the softs as well. He's on a 14.2. Wow.
Maxi T was on softs too, though. 14.0 for Maxi T to go quickest on the soft compound, and very quickly we are discovering the men on form, and Maxi T and Zalin very quickly appearing as the men to beat. Look at that, soft tyres. Maxi 14.0. Zalin third, and they're both on softs. Parkway Drive in between them, but he's on super softs in second place. Ace of Pace now down to fourth on the supers. 4-6 fifth, Paul sixth, Bullet seventh, 3 Scotch fifth, sixth and seventh, as Bullet's opening effort was a 1:14.9 on the super softs. Johnny 8, Ritson 9, Flexi rounding out the top 10 on a 15 flat. It's Me as 11th, Corey 12th, Shimasi 13th, Leilblade 14th, Jack 15th, Bart Dudes 16th. Well, it's very tight, Jamie. There is only a second covering the top 10.
Yeah, the top 11 are within a second.
So it's really quite close as Ace of Pace heads back out for another run. Who else we got out there, Jamie? Anyone pushing on? We've got Maxi T in the pits. We've got Zalin coming back in now, looking like he's wanting to save those tyres all of a sudden. So interesting. Will we see him back?
Maxi T's out in the super softs. Oh, we're definitely going into the 13s now.
Well, we're not just going to go into them. We're going to go low into them. Really low.
We're mid 13s. 12.9 needed.
12.9. Surely that is not going to happen. Surely. That would just be gobsmacking. I think
that'd be a bit too quick.
Commentary seats. As It's Me. I'm watching It's Me now. He's pushing Jamie. He's currently 11th outside the top 10. He's not a man that's expected to win this race, so maybe starting 11th is ideal for him. Fresh set of tyres. He could even start on mediums if he wanted. But right now he's going for it. He's a second down on the pole.
Which wasn't the sauce.
He's going for it then on the super soft tyres, down the back straight for the Sauer, finding the braking point just between 150
looking
and
up.
100 metre board, locks up the right front and into the hairpin, swinging the back end out on exit and now powering down towards the Mercedes grandstand. Through the little kink on the right hand side and then spot the braking point for a difficult left-hander. So easy to overshoot that and head off looking stupid in front of all those fans at the Mercedes grandstand. Now, down into the stadium section, you really need to trust the car through here, throw it in, hope it sticks, because if it doesn't, you're going into the kitty litter. And now down into the difficult left-hander. The car actually sticks quite well through there because of the camber, and now you sweep downhill, slaloming towards the double right-hander, and as Jamie, you've said already, it's so easy to understeer wider and wider, but it's me, picks it up, heads for the line, currently 12. Does he improve? Yes, he does. He goes 7 quickest, 8/10 away from the pole. Decent effort there, Jamie. Yeah,
decent effort there, and he's going to retire. He's going to be happy on that. Bart has moved his way up into 6th. He's 4/10 off of pole. 4-6 is 4/10 of a pole. He's in 5th. So it's a very, very, very close looking field. 2.5 tenths off his ace of pace. He's down in 4th place. Parkway Drive is 24 thousandths off, and I think he's on a lap. I think he might be on a lap.
Yep. And Michelangelo's out there, Jamie, and he's pushing hard. Michelangelo, we've almost forgot all about him. And he's absolutely throwing it. He's 19th at the moment. He's last in the pack, but he's throwing the car around the track. The McLaren is on rails. Michelangelo pushing for pole on the soft tyre. He's got 2 more corners to go. Look at him throwing it into the corners. He's got so much confidence into the final corner here in Germany. Michelangelo currently last. He's now 5th. 3/10
only 3/10 off.
And how close is this?
But where's Parkway Drive? Parkway Drive is on a flyer. He's 24 thousandths off. He comes up to the line now. Is to start the lap or end the lap. Oh, Parkway Drive's on pole.
Pops in quickest.
What time is that?
Wow,
13.9.
It's the first man in the 13s, but the lap times are so close. The top 6 are covered by 3/10 of a second, 4/10 of no, half a second. My bad, half a second covering the top 6 cars at the moment. And this
I think Leo Blade's coming around to end this.
Paul's now gone 3rd quickest on a 14 flat. Wow, top 7, half a second.
Wow, Leo Blade goes 4th. He's only 2/10 off. What in the world are these times?
This is so close, my goodness. Leo Blade goes 4th, the top 8 covered by half a second. This is exactly what we're expecting in ILR1 next season. And we're getting a quick taster in this one here. We said it might not be too competitive, too fierce, but I'm sorry, already we've not even started the race. And in qualifying, it's as close as it can be.
8th is only 4/10.
And Flexy's abandoned. Who else there is pushing?
The top 10 are within 5/10
on their tyres to try and save them, aren't they? Bullets out there pushing. Ritson is as well. Shimasi currently 1.2 down is pushing. CG is currently last and going for it. But who's the man that's furthest round the racetrack that we need to watch? I would say it's Lyle Blade. Throwing that Haas car down towards the final sector. Can he go any quicker, Jamie?
Oh, I don't know. I'm watching Shimasi here looking up into the hairpin, getting on the power, the back end squirming, and I expect him to be at least top 5. I know, I have faith in him as he flies it through turn 5 into turn 6. What's up?
Lyle Blade is 1/10 quicker than his previous best. That's 2/10 away from pole. It's going to be very, very close. Can he at least get it on the front row? Lyle Blade.
Yes, he's put it. He's on pole in the sauce.
Steals the pole away. What a time from Lyle Blade. It's a 13.9. He edges ahead and snatches the pole away. Is there anyone that can respond behind on the track? Paul has abandoned his lap. Flexi has 2. Who is out there? Ritson's coming for the line and he's abandoned. He's 15th. Shimasi though, he's the one to watch. 1.3 from Paul. He puts the super softs on and goes 9th.
9th, 5/10 off. Oh my word. Oh, and your mic cut out, by the way. But Shimasi goes, that's insanely close. The top 10 within 5/10.
Wow.
That's ridiculous.
The top 4 are within 1/10, Jamie, you know that.
The top 4 are within a 10th. Yeah, they're within a 10th. What?
This is incredibly close.
What? What am I watching?
We are going to be in for a thriller in this Grand Prix. Do not go anywhere, folks. This is going to be an absolute barnstormer. I cannot wait for ILR1 next season. There you go. You put the best of the 2 leagues together, Jamie, and that's what you get. The top 9, half a second. That is a blink. That's nothing. Unbelievable.
Oh, that was meant to do its little
through all the
flick.
cars on the track. Wow. Jamie, what do you make of that qualifying session? That's incredible.
Lost my 16th. I saw 16th place was within 1 second of pole. That's ridiculous. I think 17th was what did I see? 17th.
1.1.
Yeah, 1.5 off. But that's now look at those times. The top 12 within 6/10.
Post it to Twitter. That is ridiculous. Lyle Blade takes pole by half a tenth. Parkway Drive is second, Maxi T third, Paul fourth, 1.5 tenths covering the top four, Salin fifth. He's only 3 tenths away and he's on the third row, as is Flexi in sixth. Ace of Pace is seventh, also 3 tenths away. Michelangelo just under half a second away at 8. Shimasi 9, 4 6 10, 6 tenths from the pole. Bartwood 11th, Corza in 12th. 13th is It's Me, 14th Bullet, Johnny 15th, Ritz on 16th, only a second off. Then it's Frisky CJ and Jack Gooding.
Yeah, wow is all I can say.
Great last lap effort from Lyle Blade. He really pulled it out of the bag, Jamie, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. He did as well. Now, if everyone can keep it clean into turn 1, this is going to be a ridiculous race.
Yeah, it sure is. Now, I take it we're going to go in the formation lap, so I take it now is the time that we should leave.
Probably.
Yep.
My strategy is soft, medium. Okay, so there's a formation lap, right? I guess. Okay, I'll just quit out to the menu.
Yep.
Can't wait for my invite to expire. Yes, get me well in there. I'm so glad this is the last time we have to leave the lobby. Oh dear.
On the brand new F1 game. So that's fantastic. I'm joining now, Jimmy, and I'm just going to quickly grab my phone charger, and I will be back in 2 seconds.
Alright, look at these nobbies been banned from the lap. Hold on, what do we got here? We've got Leo Blade leading us through into the Mercedes Grandstand. He's followed in by Parkway Drive in the Force India. Maxi T's in third in the McLaren. He's followed in by 4th place pole in his favorite team, the Mercedes. Zalin in 5th. He's on the softs in the Ferrari. Flexi coming around through turn 7. He's on the super soft in the Williams. Ace of Pace on the grid. He's 7th in the Force India. Michelangelo, I think, is in the Toro Rosso or the McLaren. That's the McLaren, sorry. He's in 8th. Shimasi is in 9th. Down in 10th is 4-Sticks. 11th is Bartwood. 12th is the runner-up in ILR 1, Corey. 13th is It's Me.
Tires.
Medium tires for him. 14th is Bulletproof. 15th is Johnny R95, the overtaking maestro. 16th is Ritson. 17th is CJ, and 18th is Jack.
Well,
as we line up onto the grid.
We're all set for an absolute thriller. This is going to be a classic. Less than a second covering 16 cars. That is ILR for you. This is the race of champions. It's the final race of the season. For the final time in F1 2016, we are racing! Lyle Blade starts from pole. Can he get the run into the first corner? He's got Parkway Drive pushing alongside. Can Parkway Drive take the lead? It looks like he can. They're side by side. All sorts of drama as they head down towards the next corner. 3 wide on the way down there. It looks to me like Parkway Drive has done it. There's a collision at the back. Ritson is round, and so is Johnny. So there's a few cars off, but it is Parkway Drive leading from Maxi T and Lyle Blade. What a quick start that is, Jamie. All next included the front.
Megastar, all clean racing. Everyone is all in one piece coming out of turn 1. As Maxi tries to look down the inside. Parkway Drive, can he nail it? Yes, he can. Gets on the power. The McLaren is through into first place, but he's still followed side by side with Parkway Drive. Are they going to go side by side into turn 6? Yes, they are. Bumping wheels. Parkway Drive down the inside.
Oh, is that lag? That was lag.
That was lag, yeah. And they're still side by side into turn 7. And can he push the Super Soft runner out Parkway Drive? Yes, he can. CJ's out of the race. The race ending early for him, but the top 10 are still nice and orderly as they go into the arena section here, and the virtual safety car has made it. I wonder what happened there. I think it's CJ. That must have been a heavy shunt. And will anyone try to do medium? That's all down to if they brought the hardest allocation. But that was a bit of a...
The super soft tyres feel the need to get rid of them this early. I don't think so.
I don't think so.
Yeah, they're all going on. But Jamie, did you get that lag spike as well there?
Yeah, I did get a minor lag spike.
Yeah, I had the two cars flying off the racetrack. So that's the reason for my overreaction to absolutely nothing.
Yeah. And I can confirm for Shimasi that the race starts in F1 2017 don't have that much smoke on the grid. Because the smoke on the grid was a bit ridiculous, but I can promise you it's not that bad in 2017 anymore.
Well, there you go. It's Maxi T that's now leading, Jamie. He's got the perfect start on those soft tyres, hasn't he? He's gone from third place up into the lead. The top three have
look at that.
Down. It was 1, 2, 3 for Lyle Blade. He's now third. Maxi T leads from Parkway Drive and Lyle Blade. Zalin is now fourth. In fact, it's changing all the time here. What's going on with this order?
Yeah, because they're all side by side. There's a lot of action as Michael Andrews trying to look around the outside of the Force Indy. Can he nail it? No. Ooh, looking inside. He very dangerous. He backs out of it. The Force Indy is sliding his way through turn 5, but he holds his position from the McLaren. As who was that defending from Parkway Drive? I think that's Lyle Blade under pressure. Yeah. And I think those super soft tires are still in full condition. And I'm sorry, that was Massey T defending from Parkway Drive in the McLaren as they make their way around the final corner. Very understeer. I think Parkway Drive just runs a tad bit wide, but he is still in second. But the order is all set as
look at that, Lyle Blade's under so much pressure.
Oh yeah, he's under so much pressure from the Ferrari.
All over the back of him. Look at the train of cars forming behind that stricken Haas, and look at that, as Alan trying to pull alongside. He can't quite do it. There's a huge train forming. Ace of Pace is there, Michelangelo's there. They're all there, queuing up behind Lyle Blade, who is simply struggling at the moment. The DRS is active for the first time, and
here goes Alan.
Goes alongside the Haas car, and one car overtakes another with ease. Zalin up into third place, but look at that, trying to stay around the outside, locking up behind is one of the Force Indias as the McLaren of Michelangelo duels with him, and in the background we've got Paul sliding away through the corner. Ace of Pace drops to sixth there. What a duel this is as Angelo climbs to fifth, and up to third went Zalin. Good stuff, Jamie.
Good stuff, good stuff.
All over Maxi T at the front.
I think those super stuffs have come to life as he just puts the car just to the outside turf to get a good run into this little very understeery corner. He can make a very massive mistake and go into the gravel, but he's still following in Maxi T here, so it's good to see that the super stuffs are still working, and I think he'll be trying to go super soft, medium, soft to the end.
Yep. It's going to be very interesting how the strategies unfold, but Parkway Drive on those super softs, they're not winning out yet.
Fast slap, 16.7.
He's climbing onto the back of Max T with ease. The DRS opens once again. Are we about to see a change for the lead? Parkway Drive has a little look into turn 2, but he knows he's got better options than that. Turn 3 follows, and now the long run down this back straight then. He's going to have the DRS open in a moment. The McLaren Honda is going to be under real threat here. The Mercedes power in the back of that Force India singing up towards 220 miles an hour. He pulls out to the right hand side, beats him on the brakes, and Parkway Drive surely will move ahead. Maxi T not interested in giving it up though, and holds on along around the outside. Surely Parkway Drive is the high ground though, and he does. He takes the lead away from Maxi T, who looks to respond, but he cannot. And Parkway Drive moves ahead, Jamie. Nice stuff there, wasn't it?
Oh yeah, brilliant stuff there. But now here's the part is where how long can Parkway Drive keep those super softs in good condition? Because immediately Maxi T is all over the back of that Force India. He almost puts it in the wall. But yeah, those softs might be coming to life as Maxi T is going to look down the inside. No, he thinks twice, backs out. Oh, some very good stuff here. That's going to allow third place in the Ferrari there to start picking up, and at Zalin and Lyle Blade is coming back at it too. So Zalin is on fire. He's moved his way up into third place, and he's hunting down the two leaders.
Well, there you go. We found out already. That's it. CJ is out. He will not be the champion of champions today. He's out of the race. I'm sure we'll hear from him later on. His race is run, but any one of these drivers, Jamie, can win it. They're all in a line following. So little separating them in qualifying. And look at Maxi T. He's coming back for an immediate response. Moving straight past already and Parkway Drive under threat. And look at this. Zalon's going to slipstream the pair of them and close right up onto the back of them, Jamie.
Thinks twice.
It was a two-car fight for the win. It's now
about a 5.
as Zalon joins in, and as does Lyle Blade and as does Michelangelo. What a duel this is going to be, race long.
It is one of the things I like about the German Grand Prix. It's not too hard to follow cars, and it's provides a lot of good overtaking opportunities. The tire wear is not too bad, so I do expect a couple of different strategies though. I expect the soft runners to maybe bolt on a set of super softs at the end. Maybe it all depends. Maybe soft, medium, super soft. Bit of an ask though.
It sure is. As we continue though, the last 5 laps now, they're continuing around on those supers, no problems. The virtual safety car obviously helped them a little bit. Parkway Drive though, it looks like he's dropped off a little bit in that final sector to Maxi T. Is that the first signs of wear as Zalon is now closer to him than he is to Maxi T?
Yeah.
It certainly looks like it, Jamie, doesn't it? Those super softs starting to go.
Lag!
And Zalon is
has
out
taken
from a lag
out.
spike.
Oh,
For goodness sake. That's not what we want to see. Codemasters, lag spike, and Zalon, who was probably one of the hot favourites for victory to become the champion of champions, is the victim of our awful and very, very unfortunate lag spike. Jamie, your thoughts on that one?
I was watching the lag spike coming from, was that Maxi T in second? Well, he's just actually overtaking Parkway Drive, so he's taking the lead. But I was watching that car back and forth, and it finally took out Zalon, and that's very disappointing, because I really did want to see a really good battle between the leaders here, but I think he was going to be probably the favorite to win the race.
Yep, he or Maxi T, who's of course, ironically, his car's the one to take him out of the race. So it's disappointing to see him gone. We might actually have lost another one in that, actually, maybe. Anyone else damaged?
Nah, everyone else managed to drive around him.
Oh, that's good then, but unfortunately it's over for Zalon as Parkway Drive has had enough, Jamie, of those super
Parkway Drive is in.
They didn't think they were starting to go, and they have gone. He's coming in now, slows it down for that pit limiter, and somebody else is following him home into the pit lane too. It's his teammate!
Oh no! There's going to be a queue!
I made a complete mess of this, and the race of pace is forced to wait not too long, but long enough, and the tyres aren't ready! He's left sitting in the box, and eventually he gets going. His race has almost been blowing to bits. What were they thinking down at Force India, Jamie?
Well, it's Michelangelo here making his move on Lyle Blade into the hairpin. Can he nail it? Looking up very heavily. Is he going to squeeze Lyle Blade out of track? Just about. Yes, he is. I think Lyle Blade's going to back off. And safety car is out. And the safety car is out.
That's for Zalon, isn't it?
That's probably for Zalon. I think that was a Parkway Drive lag spike. That took him out of the race, though, which is a real shame.
Yeah, and I tell you what, that might not have hurt Ace of Paces badly then. Now there's a safety car. In fact, it's probably not hurt him at all in the end. He's actually a long way behind his teammate on the track now, so yeah, he might actually have lost. He probably wouldn't have lost the place he's lost to Bulletproof.
Yeah.
He never had to queue a little or wait a little on his tyres, so Ace of Pace lost a bit of time and probably one place there to Bulletproof. But interestingly, Jamie, it is the medium tyre for both Parkway Drive and Ace of Pace.
So they're set for a bit. I think they can probably build some a set of softs to the end.
Or don't you think you could maybe even put on supers? With that
a bit of an ask. They'd have to get 20 laps out of the mediums.
Into the pits comes the leaders. Maxi T is in, as is Michelangelo, as is Lyle Blade. What will we see now going on to these cars? Maxi T comes in. Michelangelo might have to sit and wait for his teammate as well. Maybe not quite as bad as Ace Pace did. As mediums go on, the tyres are not ready just for Michelangelo. They go on, he'll lose a little bit of time, and he heads back out, but not losing too much time. And I tell you what, as a result of this safety car, McLaren
is a 1-2
massively.
Oh no,
almost
but actually Flexi is up into second. Flexi is now up into second. I think he might have started on those tires.
No, he's not. He didn't.
Oh, he's pitted.
Wow, Flexi jumped up hugely.
Oh wow, Flexi's made a massive jump.
Well, that's worked out on the strategy for him. Wow, he's jumped right up into second place, and that is legitimate.
But it's not going to help him too much. I think he's gonna. I think actually that was Maxi T who's lagging quite a bit behind the safety car. Yeah. Which is a bit of a shame there.
Hopefully it sorts itself out. But as the drivers head round, we've got Maxi T, who's on the medium tyre now, having made his pit stop. He has started, of course, on the soft tyres, and he's now been forced onto these medium tyres. Flexi is now on the mediums. He's been on them since the opening lap, Jamie. He came in at the end of the opening lap and fitted mediums. That was under the virtual safety car. That's why he's up in second, Jamie.
Yeah, he pitted under the virtual safety car.
The virtual, so that was either a piece of luck from Flexi or a master stroke.
It all depends though. If he's I don't know if he has 2 set of mediums. Cause I don't think a medium soft is gonna work. That's a bit of an ask. But you have to remember, Flexi's done 6 laps in those mediums already, from what I see. He came in lap 1 and has done 5 competitive laps. I don't know, man. Because the only way I can see him getting the end of those is by doing a medium, and that's if he's brought the hardest allocation. If he hasn't, he's in a bit of trouble.
Well, I've got the impression, Jamie, I personally feel with this safety car, the Maxi T and the rest of the pack on that strategy that Maxi T is on, I personally think they can go to supers now. That's what I think. I think they can drag these mediums out to supers. I think Flexi can drag his mediums out to softs. That's what I think. That's what I think his disadvantage is.
Okay.
I don't think his disadvantage is as severe as what you think. Another stop. I've got the feeling if he can look after those tyres and just keeps them in a reasonable state, I think he can go into softs. I think the other guys around him can go into super softs.
Here's my gripe though. There's about 25 laps left in the race. The super softs only have a lifespan of about 8 laps, a fresh set. If they can take their mediums to the end of lap 26, I'd say it's possible. So they need to be able to get 15 laps out of these tires. And I'd love to say that it's possible for some of the drivers, maybe who are on the wheel. Others on the pad, it's going to be quite a bit difficult. I don't think it's going to be straightforward. I think the strategy might be a bit more complicated, as the safety car may have come out maybe 2 laps earlier than most people wanted to come out, because that's big time screwed over the soft runners, because now the soft runners are on the same strategy as the super soft runners, because everyone had to pit.
Yeah, actually, now you say it might be a wee bit marginal for Flexi.
Yeah, for Flexi it's marginal.
Yeah, we'll have to wait and see. Maxi T though is our leader, Flexi second. Whether we can say Flexi is there and there to stay is another question, Jamie, as we've just discussed. Will he be able to stay there and do the same number of stops? It's very, very difficult to see that he will.
Unless he's brought another set of the mediums, he might have to make another 2 stops. Yeah, I doubt he's put the hardest allocation.
Yeah, that's very unlikely. Michelangelo third, then he said on same strategy as his teammate. Lyle Blade 4th position onto the mediums as well now. In 5th position, Parkway Drive onto the mediums. 6th place, Shamasi on the mediums. Jack's the same, his teammate behind him in 7th. Then it's Bart Dude, and then Ace of Pace follows behind them, and then it's me in 10th. Corey down in 11th. Tell you what, Jimmy, have a little word on Corey. In the title fight, battling hard in ILR 1, sorry, for the title, and now struggling down the 11th place. This is not really what he wanted to show.
Yeah, it's one of those things, mate. He just needs to keep his mop down and just get into it, you know. Keep his mop down and try to take as many people as he can and try and get that Williams up into the points. It's a bit shocking seeing as he was a runner-up and now he's in 11th. But I do remember, I think he started somewhere down there. Let's see, where did he start? He started in 12th. So hasn't made a stormer of a start. He's going from 12th to 11th, but I'm not going to say much. The safety car and VSC have kind of messed up the running order, and I think down below, who else is behind him? Got Ritson down in 16th, and yeah, not much of a surprise there. As Max is still leading us under the safety car. He's followed by, I think the safety car's lights are off.
I'll tell you what, Jimmy, before we go on to the start here, I think that this has destroyed the drivers that started on mediums race. It really has.
Yeah, it completely destroyed it.
They'd had to continue, and well, if they continued, they would just get swallowed up by everyone on track position. So,
yeah.
As you say, the safety car is coming in, but anyone that started on mediums, the race has been ruined, and that's why Corey's still 11th after all this. He's had to put another set on. So yeah, not worked out at all well for him. As we get ready to go racing once again, Maxi T really is punching him up, Jamie, isn't he? As we get going again then, round the final couple of corners. Maxi T then on lap 10 out of 34 gets the race of champions back underway, and he's very, very wide.
Oh, he's running wide.
And Flexi is right onto his tail. The man who started well.
Oh, but Flexi took a bad line to that corner. He took a bad line. He's under pressure from Michelangelo.
Is on Flexi. Is it a McLaren 1-2? Has he hit the brakes for turn 2? Very, very close. Side by side. Flexi
side by side.
Michelangelo on the outside. Pushed up towards the curb, but he's going to do it. Michelangelo through into second place. Can Flexi respond though? He picks up the slipstream, but he cannot. That McLaren is rapid, and it's a McLaren 1-2. Maxi T leads his teammate. What a start, Jamie.
That was, Flexi wasn't aggressive enough at turn 1. I don't know if it was the dirty air that caught him out or what, but he actually almost missed the apex completely, and that's ruined him, because that's going to put him under pressure from Michelangelo, who's on a fresh set of the mediums as well. And, no, sorry, not Michelangelo, sorry, where is he going now? Liablade, sorry, yeah, Liablade is going to put him under a bit of pressure. And the run away! Shimasi, who was that on? Was that on Parkway Drive?
Parkway Drive's error. Countering on top of it, jumps on top of the mistake, and now Parkway Drive's out of shape, and now Jack is there as well.
Yep, Jack having a look. He's under pressure from Maiden. Wow. Hectic safety car start here. Hectic stuff here. As someone's defending. Ritzen's out. Ritzen's out.
Ritzen from the race as well now. Oh dear.
Oh dear. As Parkway Drive is not able to get the run on Shimasi. How is Flexi handling third place? He's still right behind Michelangelo. Well. I think he can get the run on Michelangelo because Michelangelo's teammate is out of slipstream distance. Yeah, he's under pressure. He's under pressure from Liablade.
He's going to be under threat from Liablade if anything, and forget that actually, it's all happening behind that as Jack Gooding has a look up the inside of Parkway Drive, dives very, very late on the brakes, may even take his teammate as well. Jack Gooding on the move, on the exit, ends up taking nobody. Because his traction was so poor, and Shimasi stays in 5th, Parkway Drive stays 6th, and Jack Gooding still stuck frustrated in 7th. And he nearly clips the
almost clipped the back of Parkway Drive. Jeez. The two Renaults here are bullying the Force India. And I think Jack's going to try and look to get past Parkway Drive. Parkway Drive's all over the back of Shimasi. Shimasi had a poor exit out of the turn 7, I believe that is, into the arena section. Does he have to defend? Nope. And Jack has a look. Has to be very wary of Aiden, who's front wing of the Haas is inside the gearbox of Jack's Renault, shifting the gears for him basically at this point, and it's an all-heated battle for 5th place here as Aiden having a look on Jack having a look on Parkway Drive. He's gonna think twice into turn 1, folding him through. No, but Parkway Drive is very, very wide.
Jack getting on the attack.
Is he gonna have a look at turn 2?
Dive up the inside into turn 2. He has a little look. Parkway Drive tries to defend and defends well enough.
Defends very well.
Under
pressure from Aiden.
And now drops into the clutches of his fellow countrymen. Alongside goes Aiden Griffiths, the man from Inverness, on the attack of Jack Gooding. Jack Gooding defends by using that DRS to his advantage because he's got Parkway Drive directly in front.
Oh, he's having a look at Parkway Drive.
But dude can't pick up
Jeez, all the Williams.
Traffic jam down at the hairpin. What a battle this is.
The Williams got sideways trying to get on the run, trying to look at Aiden, who was looking at Jack. It's all kicking off here for 5th place. As Parkway Drive, his head must be well gone because he's stuck right behind Shimasi, putting him under loads of pressure. And I don't think he's going to let that Renault get away.
Flexi is all over the back of Michelangelo, which is surprising. He's sticking with him.
Yeah, Flexi's put the power down.
Flexi's sticking with him, and Liablade sticking with him.
Liablade right with Flexi.
Tries to make a sprint out front. Maxi T's lead was 1.6. What is it now as they cross the line at the start of the next lap? He's pulling clear of Michelangelo. It's 2 seconds. Maxi T making a very big statement here, Jamie.
Oh, Flexi's spinning it up just a bit.
To win this race, but Flexi and Liablade are right there, and so is Michelangelo. His battle rages on for 5th, 6th, and 7th. Look, oh, Jack Gooding runs wide, and that's going to allow Barden through, Ace of Pace through, and the Williams are bulletproof through, or Corey in fact, I thought it was Bullet. It's Corey as well, and Jack Gooding drops like a stone down through the field, and that's 10th place. What a disaster, Jimmy, just overcooked it.
What a disaster, and this is going to be a very hard train to break or get past because everyone has DRS on everyone practically. Look at this train of cars. Is Aiden going to have a look now at Shimasi? Which is very interesting to see that Shimasi takes a very kind of wide line through that corner. I don't think that helps him very much. I allowed Aiden to stick right behind him. But
Aiden is right on him.
yeah, Aiden's right on him.
Right in on the back of Shimasi. He'll be having a look through here if he gets any closer. And Shimasi is back in, really snaking a lot there, Jamie, isn't he? He seems to be a little bit.
He's all over the shop now.
Aiden just picking cars off one by one, going about his business slowly, as is Ace of Pace in 8th place. They're not moving up too quickly enough. Is that Corey going off, or is that a lag spike? That's a lag spike.
A lag spike.
That. I thought I seen Corey going off there. Paul is down in the splits and said, Corey's lagging everywhere. He's crashed.
Oh, Williams. Corey's crashed. Corey's out. Yeah, it was lagging all over the shop, and now he's crashed.
Yeah,
I hope he doesn't take it anywhere with him.
Crash. I didn't want to get overreact, and that could bring out a safety car as well. But we don't want a safety car at the moment because it's all happening as we speak. Flexi then in the toe behind Michelangelo, just not got the straight line speed, and that in turn means Lileblade can't get through because Flexi has got the DRS, and it just remains the same.
Yeah, it's going to be very hard. It's going to be very hard to overtake. Everyone has DRS on practically everyone.
Yeah, very, very tough. We've now got, what's that, 14 runners now. Johnny now at the back of the pack. As 4 sticks goes side by side for 12th and 13th. That looks like a battle, Jamie. 12th and 13th going side by side. Whoa, 4 sticks. And it's me drilling hard. I think it's me, is it?
Whoa, yeah, side by side.
Beautiful. Who's side by side?
Yeah, the 12th and 13th. Uh-oh.
Shimasi off the track, and Bartlett takes 6th place. There's action everywhere you look.
Yeah, Shimasi's not been handling that Renault very well as Parkway Drive is having a look.
Yeah, Parkway Drive having a look at the back of him, and Flexi's under threat as well from Lileblade, and Michelangelo just getting away a little bit. The gap out front, 2.3. Maxi T under control. Flexi now under threat from Lileblade, who's closer than he's ever been before. And surely, this time, Lileblade's close enough to steal a march on Flexi. The Williams driver under threat then. The Haas tucked right up into his gearbox, right into the slipstream. Is this the moment the podium spot disappears from Flexi? Lileblade right up behind him. He just cannot get alongside. The DRS is equalising it. It's going to need to be a late move, but he cannot do it. And Michelangelo remains second. Flexi stays third, and Lileblade remains fourth with Parkway Drive right on their tail. Meanwhile, behind that, Jamie, it's absolute mayhem.
It's absolute mayhem. Cars are swapping positions left and right. This is very interesting stuff, and I think that's Aiden in the background who's starting to make his way up the field. I think he's starting to close up now. He's still 6 seconds behind the leaders, so about 4 seconds behind this train of cars. And yeah, it's very exciting stuff here. As he almost runs it wide on the AstroTurf, and now puts it in the grass just a tad bit. Got to be very careful there. As I think that's Ace of Pace now coming onto the back of Shimasi, trying to put him under a bit of pressure. He's followed in by Jack. Jack's followed in by Paul.
Yeah, and you see that battle at the front, Jamie. Lileblade looks as if he's stuck behind Flexi, and Flexi looks as if he's stuck behind Michelangelo.
Yeah, the DRS train.
Parkway Drive making the move. I was just about to say he looks the most threatening of them all, and he's not.
Wheel banging into turn 2.
And my game has done what it did last week, Jamie. I am froze, for Christ's sake.
Oh, I got it from here. You do what you need to do. As Parkway Drive is looking all over the back of the Haas. Does the Haas defend? No, because he has DRS. Lileblade does take a defensive line into the corner. Flexi holds wide and keeps his DRS open, defending from 4th place. Aiden now is starting to catch him in a rate of knots, and so is everyone else behind. So the battle for 3rd may become the battle for 3rd through about 8th place, as Maxi T is actually not pulling a gap as quick as he was before. Let's see, Flex is only 2.7 behind. Maxi T, Michelangelo's actually got the gap down from 2.3 to 1.2. So is that the 2 McLarens about to go in a battle soon? This is something you wouldn't see on Formula 1 anymore, at least. As
certainly not at the front of the pack.
Yeah, certainly not at the front of the pack.
Right, I'm going to reboot the game, Jamie, and try and get myself back in there as soon as possible.
Yep.
Quick reminder to everyone, there will be lineups and teams announced for all 3 leagues after the Grand Prix, so stay tuned.
Oh yeah, stay tuned. I nearly forgot about that. But this has actually been a very good race, and I knew Germany, we picked Germany solely because this is probably the last time we'll race it for a very long time. As it's not on the F1 2017 calendar. As Lileblade is now starting to have a look at Flexi. Wow, Flexi, I take it back. I think Flexi has some really good straight line speed in that Williams, because the Haas cannot get past that Williams in a straight line. And I take it back, you know, Flexi's mediums actually might be working very well. But you gotta remember, they must be reaching a tipping point now. How many laps has Flexi done on those mediums? At least.
It is near the tipping point, Jamie. He's continuing to go along quite easily with no problems by the looks of it.
Yeah, he's done 15, 16 laps on the mediums now. In the next 2 laps, though, they're gonna fall off. I think this is where Williams have to make the choice. Do you have another set of mediums in that garage, or are they going to go to the 2-stop, super soft maybe? Maybe soft, super soft. Super soft is a bit of an ask, but I don't know. Maybe it's super soft is possible. I don't think he did bring a set of mediums. And remember, the pit lane delta is not too long. It's only 14 seconds here. As the Force India is having a look at Leo Blade. I think that's the Force India Parkway Drive, who's followed in by Aiden, who's come out of absolutely nowhere, all over the back of Parkway Drive. So Aiden is actually on a mission here. He's actually catching the net leader, as there's a lag spike. A bit of a lag spike there, as Parkway Drive is in the wall. Oh yeah, he's lost his wing. Parkway Drive has lost his wing and he's retired from the session. I think he too has suffered from a bit of lag spikes. Yeah, he was lagging a bit, which is a bit of a shame there. But that's gonna, Aiden will take that. Now he's up in the 5th place. But Aiden is catching the net leader. The gap went from 6.8 to 4.9. So Aiden, I think, is the fastest man on the track currently, as he's gonna take on his teammate. The Haas's are about to go in a battle here. That's if Leo Blake can clear Flexi, but Flexi is on a bit of a strategy dilemma here. But you never know. He could probably just bolt on a set of mediums, and I might just be wrong, and it might not be a big deal.
Well, it's very interesting, Jamie, because Flexi now, how many laps are we at? What is up with that game, man? It said everyone's at lap 1. We obviously know that is not the case. Everyone's updated to lap 20. So, Flexi, he's still going, Jamie. He's pushing on those McLarens, so they look pretty good, don't they? They look as if they're head and shoulders above the rest. Michelangelo, of course, will want to defeat Maxi T and prove a point, because, of course, he's the world champion in ILR 2.
Okay, surely Leo Blade.
The Flexi's lap times, Jamie, are not falling away. He's been in the 17s since lap 13 and hasn't got...
Leo Blade under attack. What's going to defend to the inside? Can Leo Blade make the move down the inside? I think he finally has, but Flexi is going to have the driver around the outside. They're going to go... No, Flexi thinks twice. He's done it. He's done it. Well, finally, he's done it.
Brilliant stuff from Leo Blade. Maybe Flexi's lost just a little bit more traction coming out of turn 2, and finally it's giving Leo Blade the slingshot he needs. Flexi, though, has to be fair to him, his lap times haven't shown any drop off in pace. It's now 20 laps, including that safety car, on those medium tyres, Jamie, without a pit stop. That is impressive.
Yeah, that's very impressive. And Parkway Drive in the chat saying...
to show you, Jamie, these guys can go on quite long here. I think Flexi will be able to put softs on, Jamie. I really do. And I
14.
think the rest are going for supers.
If he does 2 more laps in the mediums, I'll say he can take the softs to the end. But
I think he will, hands down.
That's Jamie is jacking the points.
The tyres aren't going anywhere. The tyres are staying in the window, so there's no reason why he won't. I think his last lap round there was his first time outside the 117s, a 118.3. That was while he was getting.
And that's still pretty competitive.
If he can stay away from being flustered, but he's going to have to struggle to stay away from being flustered, because look, Bartlett's picking up the DRS and holding in the back of him as well. So Flexi really has to stay calm in this situation and keep on those tyres and keep them in the window, because Bartlett is now the next man to climb onto the back of that Williams. And Jamie, it looks pretty likely he's going to be making a move very
easily soon. Probably the next straight, though. That's the only one of the few places you can overtake here in Germany. It's very easy to stay close, but there's only about 2 overtaking spots in this track. As I just update the chat.
Such a drive out the corner. He's pulling alongside already nearly as they dive into the stadium section. Jamie, tell us, what's it like to drive around the stadium section?
The stadium section is... It's amazing, because I overtook a couple of drivers on the outside in the league I won't mention through that stadium section there, and it gets you pumped up because all the fans can see you. The fans are on their feet. I love the entire stadium section. As Flexi comes in the pits, what tires is he going to put on? Let's see. Flexi's in, and the William boys are going to stick on a set of the softs, and I think they're going to try to go to the end.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't stay out a little bit longer. But I suppose, what's that, 12 laps? They should be able to manage that, Jamie, quite comfortably. I think that's about right, actually.
He did 20 on the mediums, albeit 4 of them were behind the safety car.
Yeah, it's still enough though. I think that's a good decision from him. And these guys, the rest of the guys out there, are just going to push those mediums further to the point where they can put on the super softs, I think.
Yeah.
But the good thing for the Flexi now is, Jamie, that he can push well these guys on those fresh tires. Well, these guys struggle on these mediums until they fit the supers. So there's a chance, Jamie, that if Flexi pounds in some serious lap time, he could be at the front of this train, because Michelangelo has closed right in on the back of his teammate.
Yeah, he's closed on the back of Matty T. And that's going to be very interesting. If these two start battling, the pit lane delta time in Germany is about 15 seconds. All Flexi has to do is close about 7 net seconds on the McLarens, and he could find himself battling for first place here. But Matty T thinks twice. He's in.
Matty T's coming in, and he's going to fit the soft tires. He's going to cover off Flexi by doing that.
Yeah, he's going to cover off Flexi.
Michelangelo do the different route and go on to supers.
Oh, that's going to be very interesting.
They've got split strategies to work together on the track when the pit stop was made.
He's going for the mediums. He's in for the mediums.
Which strategy will win the race, Jamie?
Oh, Matty T's coming for the mediums, though. And Matty T's going to come up behind traffic as well. Oh, that's going to be very interesting to see.
Mediums?
Yeah, he's coming for the mediums. Aiden's coming. He's coming for the mediums as well. Flexi's jumped Aiden, and he's on the he's on the softs. Oh, this is going to shake things up a bit.
Why medium?
That's the question, is why mediums? That means...
Go for the harder choice?
He might have gone for the harder choice.
Ace of Pace and Bullock are dueling down at the hairpin, side by side. Both drivers, Ace of Pace pulling alongside of Bulletproof, the Scotsman, under threat here, side by side.
Side by side still.
Grandstand. That Mercedes has to fend him off in the Mercedes handstand and not get overtaken there. And indeed, he does. Bulletproof third, Ace of Pace in fourth. And this battle looks like continuing down into the stadium section, Jamie. Good stuff.
Yeah, and that's going to hold up Maxi T. That's gonna make Michelangelo think a bit. What strategy is Michelangelo going to go for? Is his teammate's probably going to be held up in battling traffic? Michelangelo's still lapping. He's still on those mediums, and he's still probably going to put on a set of these super softs to the end.
And Bullet's coming in.
Bullet is in.
T, but he's still going to have to clear one car, and that's Ace of Pace. And Ace of Pace is a feisty driver. He doesn't like to concede places too easily. Have to head through the first corner. 10 to go then, Jamie. Maxi
10
T,
to go.
Or will it be his teammates, Michelangelo, or will it be Flexi on the softs? And look at that on the inside of Ace of Pace. That was risky. That was the race there, and he very nearly made it stick, and he has. Side by side, drag race. The McLaren pulls it off. What a brilliant late dive on the inside, and brilliant reaction from Ace of Pace to see it coming. That was race defining, and Maxi T knew it, Jamie.
He knew it as well. And now Flexi's the fastest man on the track. He said a 16.3. That all depends on what times Maxi T is doing. I don't know if Flexi will want to push his softs a bit too much to catch the medium runner, or maybe you should just hang tight and just make sure those softs get to the end. Because one thing blowing out the softs and having to make another stop, and that's something you don't want to be doing. But the question is though, is Maxi T versus Michelangelo? Is Michelangelo going to continue on another lap? He's in. Michelangelo is in, and that's going to be a set of the softs, I believe.
Yeah, it will be, but where is he in relation to Flexi? That's a question. That is a big actually.
Yeah.
Flexi could be in a real interesting position here. It is soft for Michelangelo. Where is he in relation to...
He's been held up by the Haas. He's been held up by the Haas.
He's been held up by the Flexi be in relation. Is Michelangelo still in front?
Yeah, that's...
I think he is.
He lost a lot of time though.
Yeah, he has. But he's going to be hunting down his teammate Maxi T, who's on mediums. Mediums versus softs to the finish. If Michelangelo can catch Maxi T, what can Flexi do? Can he catch him as well?
Flexi can actually see second place. Flexi's not too far behind.
You can see the leader.
Yeah, you can see the leader actually on Flexi's screen. If those McLarens go into battle, we might have more cars as... Who is that? Is that Michelangelo? Or not Michelangelo, sorry. Leo Blade and Aiden, I think, have both made their stops. And they're coming at a rate. So this actually could be a very interesting end. The only person who's on the top 5... actually, Aiden's on the mediums in the top 5, actually. So, yeah. He and the leader, the only people in the top 5 on the mediums right now. This is going to make a very spectacular race finish.
The top 5 are separated by 6.9 seconds. Don't go anywhere, folks. Anyone could win this. One mistake, one accident between anybody at the front could bring anyone in behind quite easily. So even a spin, Jamie, could switch this round. It's very, very tight. It's very close. It's as competitive as it can be. That's why it's the ILR 1, or the ILR Race of Champions, the season finale. Who will take the spoils home? Bragging rights going into the closed season before we get started on F1 2017. Is it going to be Maxi T? Is it going to be the charging Michelangelo on those softer tyres? Will it be Flexi? A big surprise who's delivering here today with that early pit stop under the virtual safety car. What about Lyle Blade? He's pushing hard.
Yeah, he's pushing hard.
Because Flex from the victory.
Flex is taking
like the feistier driver. He's looking like the man on the move, Jamie, isn't he?
Yeah, the thing is too is that he's the man on the move, and Flex is going to be able to. He's going to want to watch his mirrors. If he's going to go past, let him go past. Don't fight, because Flexi is catching the leader, Maxi T, at about 5/10 a lap, and I think it's going to be even less than that. He took 3/10 out of him, and just from the start-finish line to this point, so I think he's going to take about 6/10 out of him a lap. So it all depends. If the McLaren's fight, we could have ourselves a 5-way battle for first place here, which is obviously what we're hoping for. As the gap has gone from 5 to 4.6.
Maxi T is getting ever more concerned. His teammate Michelangelo, the black.
Yeah, wow, the gap is 0.5.
Right behind him. Look at that. Up, and as that happens, Flexi and Lyle Blade close up as well. It's all happening here. If Maxi T holds Michelangelo for much longer, he will bring in the rest of them. McLaren won't want to risk.
He's bringing the rest of them, yeah.
But that's what's going to happen. It's the race of champions. It's all about the driver. It's not about the team in this case. And will Michelangelo find a way through? There's a lot of lag there, but Michelangelo is on the attack. He opens up the DRS. Is this the decisive moment in the race? Is this where he becomes champion of champions? He's going to
Maxi T defending on the grass.
Has to go to the outside. He's going to be defending hard here. On the inside is Maxi T. Will he hang his teammate out to dry?
Yeah, oh, yes he will.
They make contact.
The Haas has gone past the Williams as well.
Side by side. Trading pin up towards the Mercedes grandstand.
Whoa, contact.
Moves again.
Wow.
Michelangelo looks to me like he's done it, but still Maxi T holds it round the outside. Still side by side. This is incredible, Jamie.
That's a mess. That's a massive stuff. And there goes the Haas has made it past the Williams as well. Flexi didn't fight it. And here comes Lyle Blade as the Mercedes is spitting off into the wall. But wow, that was brilliant defending from Maxi T. That's round 1 of 8 done. There's still 8 laps to go, but there's no way he's gonna be able to hold off that aggressive Michelangelo. And
well, I tell you what, he's going to have to do it soon, Michelangelo, because Lyle Blade is flying and so is
yeah,
Flexi.
he's flying.
The
Lyle Blade is flying.
The top 4 is now under 4 seconds.
It's under 4 seconds.
This is getting incredible. Is Michelangelo going to find a way through this time? They will crash if they keep defending like that. They have to touch each other about 4 or 5 times there. That was really at each other's throats. That wasn't stuff of teammates. That was stuff of big rivals. Here we go again. Maxi T does the same trick. Defends to the inside. Angelo, can he break later and sweep around the
He's
inside
locked up.
this
He's
time?
locked up.
He tries the cutback, and the cutback seems to have worked.
Yep.
Michelangelo pulls the cutback on his teammate and takes the lead away. And the race of champions. And surely Maxi T
is going to look down the inside.
He tries to respond, and somehow Michelangelo stays in front and sweeps into the lead, and surely now he's off on his way to become the champion of champions. Great move, Jamie.
That was brilliant stuff. And I think Lyle Blade and Flexi are forced, so they've fallen back just a tad bit. But I think those two should not have been battling. They should have let the McLarens battle a bit more. But I think is Maxi T outside DRS. He's now 4/10 behind, and I think, I don't know, I think he might have a 7/10 back now.
Well, it's going to have to be all about the end, Jimmy. He just needs to stay as close to Michelangelo as he can. Michelangelo's tyres might wear out at the end, and it might give Maxi T a late response. But it's going to be difficult. He needs to keep that DRS or just try and stay within a couple of seconds of him until those final 2 laps when the tyres start crying on the soft shod. Michelangelo in the lead. That's basically Maxi T's only game plan now. Isn't it, Jamie, really? Yeah,
that's really it. Just try and stick in the DRS and pray that those softs go off. But the softs should be able to easily handle about 10 laps. I mean, Maxi T is doing a decent job of staying within DRS, but he won't be there much longer.
Yeah,
as let's see, going into the...
I'm surprised he's not dropped off more, Jamie.
Yeah, it's closed back up. The gap is... Yeah, it's down to 6/10 now.
Job.
I think he tapped the wall there.
Michelangelo's had the best out of his tyres already, Jamie.
Maybe he
and
has.
that's saying something. And maybe the tide is turning back towards Maxi T as early as now, and we've got 5 laps to go. We are still no nearer to knowing who will be crowned the champion of champions, the winner of the race of champions.
Yeah, it's still
Will it be
6 tenths.
Maxi T? Will it be Michelangelo as they go through the first corner once again? Blade sits in third. He looks to me like his only hope of winning this is if the two McLarens come together.
Yep.
He sits third. Flexi sits in fourth, waiting in the wings for anything happening in front if he wants to taste champagne. Bartlett is fifth. Sixth position is Bullet, and seventh and battling is Shimasi with Ace of Pace. Let's have a watch of this, Jamie. As Ace of Pace has a little look at the back of Shimasi. Will he go up the inside? No, he won't, but he will have a chance down this back straight. Looking very interesting, isn't it, Jay?
Yep, the Force India is going to have the DRS. Is the Renault going to have the DRS on the Mercedes up front? No, he's not. Ace of Pace looking all over the back of Shimasi here. Shimasi going to go defensive. He doesn't feel the need to. Is Ace of Pace going to throw one down the inside? Yes, he will. Looking up. Both of them looking up. Almost making contact. Ace of Pace down the inside. Can he nail the move? Yes, he can. What a move by Ace of Pace. Wow, I didn't actually expect that to stick. But Shimasi going to try and hold around the outside of turn 6 into the way into the Schumacher grandstand section. Both of them looking up. Shimasi down the inside. Can Ace of Pace hold it? Yep, around back through turn 8 and in headed towards the arena section. And that's a very good move by Ace of Pace there. But oh, it's not finished yet. Side by side.
Shimasi nearly holding on the inside. But somehow Ace of Pace makes it. That was a brilliant piece of drive. That was a brilliant, away from the hairpin.
And
the question, wheels time and time again, but they got away with it. And let's go back to the action at the front. It's Michelangelo getting away. No, he's not.
No, he's not.
He only half a second behind, and he's got the DRS open, Jamie. He's homing in the back of his teammate.
He's getting closer and closer every lap.
Again between these McLarens.
You know what? This is helping. This is helping him pull away from Leo Blade as well, because they keep DRSing each other, but they're not actually overtaking. Because now Leo Blade's 5.5 back. He's going to have to watch his mirrors because Flexi's all over the back of him. Johnny R95 is the fastest lap of 15.8. I think he's coming for a fresh set of tires. As Ace of Pace is still defending from... he's actually pulled away from Shimasi. 4-6 is in 9th. Ismi in 10th. And Johnny R95 in 11th. And Jack Gooding in 12th. He's just trying to go for...
all over them.
Whoa! All over the back of Michelangelo here. The tide has turned. The tide has turned.
Place your bets now, folks. Who's going to win this? Michelangelo looked like he had the upper hand. He changed the tyres. He took the place from Maxi T. Tried to sprint clear, but he lost away. But Maxi T's mediums are holding on then. We've got 3 laps to go in the ILR finale. The race of champions before we go into the close season. Who's going to get the bragging rights? Will it be Michelangelo? Will it be Maxi T? Don't go anywhere. Folks, we're in for a thrilling finale. A fantastic climax to this race as Maxi T is closer than he's been before. And Jamie, surely this time the move is coming. Into the slipstream, opens the DRS. Michelangelo
doesn't have a straight line speed.
As Maxi T reels him in then, yard by yard, meter by meter.
Whoa!
He does for the inside. Is he going to make it stick? What a move that is!
Yes, he has
made it stick. Maxi T, what a move!
Wow! He blocked off Michelangelo's switchback. Michelangelo couldn't nail the switchback and ran straight in the back of his teammate. A bit cheeky, but that's hard but fair. And he's taken the lead of the race. Wow!
Jimmy, that was stunning.
That was something else.
Absolutely incredible. To break that late and still stop the car so shallow into the corner to stop the cutback, that was absolutely incredible.
That was incredible.
We talk about moves around the outside, we talk about crazy moves where you don't expect them, but that there is up there. It's right up there with them. He was so far back into a corner when you usually can't see overtakes. But to make it so late on the brakes and cover off that cutback, that was absolutely world-class driving from Maxi T. It is right there, Jamie, isn't it?
Kudos to Michelangelo, too, for seeing that dive bomb coming and moving out of the way. But Michelangelo's going to have a look now. I think Maxi T is going to have to defend. Yes, he will. Here we go. Maxi T, onto the back straight. Is he going to hit DRS? Yes, he's going to be in DRS. And let's see here now. Straight into the back of the McLaren's toe. Maxi T is going to move all the way to the AstroTurf. Michelangelo's going to look down around the outside. Can he nail the move? Is he going to set him up for a switchback again? Maxi T's smart. Very smart. Just brakes just early enough so Michelangelo can't get this cutback. And Michelangelo's all over the back of Maxi T. Is he going to have a look at turn 6 here? Oh, whoa, switching back!
He drives up the inside!
Whoa!
Oh, very nearly, but Michelangelo's still there. We're about to go into the final lap of the Grand Prix. and the McLaren mechanics are not interested one bit of leaving their garage to head to the pit wall to get their drivers. They're glued to the screens, quite simply because they could end up wiping each other out. That's how hard they're fighting. Jim, and who would want to be Eric Boulier right now?
Eric Boulier surely banging his fist on the table in that pit wall. He said the McLaren drivers are allowed to fight, but did he expect something like this? I know it's the race of champions,
this
but
is heavyweight Klitschko Joshua. This isn't a fight. This is a brawl, and quite literally, Michelangelo is under. It's going to have one last chance then on Maxi T, and it's going to have to be now. But it looks to me like Maxi T
is just
the
ahead.
upper hand, Jamie, doesn't it?
Yep. Michelangelo's too far back. He made a mistake going through turn 1, and I think that's going to see Michelangelo a second place. I think Maxi T is going to. Yep. Maxi T holds his place, and I think that's all he needed to do. As that really is one of the only overtaking spots in Germany here, unless you're feeling a bit risky. But I don't think Michelangelo's maybe able to come back on Maxi T here as Corey has left the session. Yeah, Michelangelo locking up. Those softs are finished.
Well, here we go then. There's not long left. Maxi, he's got Michelangelo right behind him. They go through the timing, being half a second separate them. But surely the Michelangelo hype train is coming to a close. He's won the championship by a mile in ILR2. But here today, he has been hunted in his tracks by his teammate here today. Maxi T is going to do it. He rounds the penultimate corner into the final corner. He wins the finale. He is the winner of the race of champions. He is the champion of champions. He wins in Hockenheim from a strong teammate. Michelangelo, what a cracking race that was.
What a drive.
A classic here in ILR1, or ILR Race of Champions, not even ILR1.
Yeah.
Lyle Blade gets third, Flexi 4, Partner 5th, and Ace of Pace is going to get 6th. There's a whole host of cars dueling for that 6th place, I believe. Bullet is behind them, I think. They must have collided.
Yeah.
Because ahead is the Force India of Bullet, the Toro Rosso 4 sticks is ahead of Bullet. Bullet's 8th. And 9th is
it's me.
Shimasi 10th. Jamie, round it up. That was a cracking race, wasn't it?
Yeah, well, my voice hurts a lot from commentating that. That was absolutely brilliant. All sorts of battles. I think the Indycar made it a lot of fun as Shimasi comes over the line with no front wing, and he's going to finish in 12th. So Jack, as people were asking, did he score any points? Well, no, he didn't. He came 11th, but consolation is he had the fastest lap of the race. But wow, that was immense to watch. That really was some good fun.
Well, there it is, folks. Maxi T wins it by 6/10 of a second. He wins the race of champions. He has the bragging rights all over the next 2 months as we wait for F1 2017. He beats Michelangelo, his teammate. Lyle played a brilliant third with Flexi a solid 4th. Bartlett 5th, Ace of Pace 6th, 467, Ace of Pace 6th, 467, Bullet 8th. Well, I need to get the drivers in here for reviews, Jamie.
Yes, sir. Now let me give us like two minutes of just a bit of unprofessional talk. But yeah, Andy, I'm just gonna take a look at I'm just gonna pick up these standings here because we're gonna do ILR. We're starting with ILR 3 first, and then ILR 2, and then ILR 1.
Yep, of course.
So give me one moment. We'll tweet the stream out again.
An absolute thriller.
Maxi T1. Okay. Hold on. Sorry guys, just give us 2 minutes. We're just gonna tweet the stream out again for those who want to know their teammates. That was a good race. That was really enjoyable. Okay, I'm just gonna go on the ILR League account. Hold on, and just tweet it.
Yeah, an absolute cracker, Jamie.
Oh yeah.
Right to the wire. Maxi T, and of course his team Angelo. It's a shame we lost Salin from the battle. It's a shame we lost Partway Drive from the battle because I'm sure they'd have been in there, Jamie.
Oh yeah.
Happened, didn't it?
And the PlayStation update has pretty much broken the game, which is quite a shame.
Yeah, absolutely. really disappointing. It's disappointing for Alan. He has to go into the winter break, or as the 3 month break, 3 month break before we get going on F1 27. Took a little bit of disappointment, so it's a shame for him. But we are just now waiting, folks. We are one to announce the team lineups and drivers. Jamie.
We're gonna go straight to the lineups. Straight to the lineups. I don't think Jack can talk on the mic. Hold on, let me see. Alright, so alright, and then let me get these lineups well on my phone.
I have got the lineups right here. Where are they?
Yeah, I just need to find the right. I have to find the.
You know, Jamie, I love getting this envelope out. You know that.
Yes, boys, the black and gold envelope. Actually has a very nice paper smell to it. I kind of like it. Alright, get me well on the ILR 3 lineups. Alright, boys.
Oh, I'm just looking inside the envelope. I'm having a wee sneak peek. Look at that. Look at those teams. Wow. Look at that. I was saying it in the chat the other night. I was absolutely stunned and I was in disbelief and all that. I wasn't really. I was just trying to hype it up a little bit.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Wow. Look at these lights. Wow. Whoa, Jamie. Look at that one. See that one, Jamie? Look at that.
Mate, madness happening next season. Get me in October.
Look at that lineup. What do you think of that one? Look, I'm pointing at it. Look at that.
Mate, bring on October 1st. That's all I can say.
Yeah, absolutely. Bring on October 1st. That is when we start with the ILR 2 and ILR 1, and then of course, well, Jimmy, just remind me, is ILR 3 going to start before it, or is it going to start after?
Oh, that's a good question. Shoot. That's actually something, we'll announce that straight after the stream. I'll just double check. That's a good question. That is a good question.
October 1st will be the start for ILR 1 and ILR 2. ILR 3 is yet to be confirmed for the start date. It will either be the first of prior to or the Thursday after the 1st of October. We have to wait and see, but we are now getting ready to announce these lineups. Jamie, tell me when we are ready to start announcing.
Oh, you best believe I'm ready to start announcing. So, you want to take us off for the first one in ILR 3?
The first team in ILR 3? Yes,
yep.
I will. But we're not going to go in as in-depth as we had previously. We're just going to run through them. So, Dan Clark, Jimmy, is teaming with Jacko, and they have got the Mercedes.
Hey,
that.
nice looking car.
Dan Clark and Jacko, nice car, yeah. And now Jimmy, take us on to the next one.
Oh yeah, so lining up in the Ferrari, debutant, and I wouldn't say debut, but this was the newer guy too, is the main aspects in RWE 2907 partnering up, and they're going to take on the Maranello constructor. They're in the Ferrari for this season. So that's a solid looking car. I do like the look of the Ferrari too. You want to run us to the next one?
I'll jump onto that. We've got Red Bull Racing, and the next team is lined up with DNA Joe inside that car. They're down there with Adrian Newey and Christian Horner. I've seen them shaking hands the other day in the paddock. Kyle 2772, he's teaming up alongside DNA Joe in that Red Bull. Jamie, next team.
Yeah, I can run into the next team. Of course I can. I'm just going to leave this so we can hear properly. So the next one up is they're driving in the pink cars. It's going to be Demon Ash 40 and NGR Waste 77. They jump in the Force India for ILR 3. And I like the look of the Force India. Very underrated car, very underrated.
Yep, for some reason they're saying my mic is really quiet.
Yeah, that's why I left the session. Your mic. Yeah, it was quiet, that's why I left the session.
Is it okay now?
Yeah, it sounds better.
Alright, that's fine then. Anyway, we've got those two in the pink cars, the Pink Panthers, so well done to those two with those pink cars. I think a lot of people were wanting them, Jamie, weren't they? A lot of people wanted the pink Force India.
Oh yeah, that was the third most in-demand car, I believe.
Yeah, so it was up there. And the Williams then, oh for goodness sake, Jimmy, you've left me with this name, haven't you?
Yeah, I set you up with that name.
We've got Suleiman Tajar in the Williams, and alongside him we've got Arctic Monkey 366. And then Jamie, you can take us through Haas.
So St. John Stone. Or is this? No, no. I was gonna correct myself, Nob. It's St. Johnston, I know, but I was trying to wind you up. And Baza 239186. They're gonna be jumping in the American constructor, the Haas. And that was actually pretty. That was. I don't know. I like the Haas. I like the new Haas, the one that's gonna come in the next patch update. But it is St. Johnston. I know very well. Thank you very much, Andy. Now take us through into the most in-demand team in ILR.
Well, before I do, Jamie, I want to ask you, did you, on the Haas, do you much prefer the new Haas than the old one?
Well, it really depends, because to be fair, I like the, I don't know, I saw they switched to the white nose, and I was like, oh, why the hell have they done that? But, like, after a while, I kind of like it. Like, I don't know, watching it on track kind of looks nice. It's grown on me.
Yeah, I agree, I prefer the new look Haas.
Yeah.
Next team, now, this car just looks absolutely stunning. The most in-demand car by a mile, and we can see why. Picking up the Toro Rosso, getting very fortunate to get in there next year is Surly X and X Danny 420. So there'll be all sorts of cheers in their household. They'll be absolutely delighted with that. A lot of drivers who have yet to been announced will be in disgust, I presume, that they have missed out. But yeah, they have got the Toro Rosso, Jamie.
Yeah, they got the Toro Rosso, and this one I think was the second most in demand, but it's the French lads. It's Trench Gun 2011 and Robo Liam 7. They're going to be jumping in the Renault for ILR 3 next season, and I like that car. That's my second favorite car.
Yeah, it is there. I can reveal that was in my top 3 choices. The Renault, it was certainly one I would hope him to take, but we'll find out where I am in a moment when we jump into ILR 2. But before that, we've still got a few teams to announce, and next up, it's McLaren picking up that lovely black and orange livery. Before I announce them, Jamie, what's your opinion on that orange livery? Do you like it?
Yeah, actually, at first when they released it, I was like, what in the world is that? But, like, seeing it on track, it's actually kind of grown to me. I actually do like the McLaren livery. That's probably, like, my top 5 on the grid.
Yeah, it's quite aggressive looking as it drives, and driving it, looking rather aggressive, we've got Goody 2K7 and MK Born racing in the McLaren, looking really bright, shall we say.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
Driving around in that McLaren. Jamie, the final team.
The final team. Last but not least, I do like the livery a bit. You know, I guess it was the first one to be announced in the 2017 season. But Randoms 369 and Silent Assassin 50 will be jumping in the Swiss Sauber for ILR 3 next season. So that will be your ILR 3 lineups, and those are some very good looking pairings in there. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, there is some really nice pairings in there. Obviously, it's this ILR 3 league is a mixed league in terms of ability. It was I'm not going to say thrown together at the end, but we were expecting just to have 2 leagues, but due to great success in the league, we had to make a 3rd league. This one is not really on ability. This one is just the guys remaining that we didn't want to have rotting as reserve drivers. We wanted to give them full-time seats, so we made a 3rd league. Obviously, next year we will have 3 leagues, or next season, 3 leagues properly done on ability. The top 2, of course, certainly are done on ability. This one is not. But so it's very difficult to say, Jamie, which lineup is the one to watch. I'd certainly say Robo Liam in that Renault is going to look very, very quick. We've seen him in the test racing, and the main aspect as well. We've seen him look very, very fiery, haven't we, Jamie?
Yeah, the main aspect in Robo Liam, I can see him going head to head. That's gonna be a very good one. But you never know. It's a new game, new handling. You never know. It could be a Sir Linux masterclass or a Silent Assassin pulling it out. Maybe even a Trench Gun. You know, you never know. It's a brand new game. It's going to be fun to watch. And that is ILR 3.
Yep.
Alright.
Now on to ILR 2. Like Jamie,
I'll take this one. Yes, sir. Alright, boys. Lining up in ILR 2. We've got my co-commentator, Ginger Andy, lining up with the man I took clean out of a race in a league I won't mention back on F1 2015. It's Phil Bardrell, as both of them will be jumping in the Mercedes for next season. Well, that's a nice looking car. I love the Mercedes. So how do you feel on that, Andy?
I'm satisfied. I'm satisfied with it. I'll reveal my top 3 cars. Initially, I wanted the Toro Rosso. Much like everyone else, I wanted the Force India, I wanted the Renault, I wanted all the bright looking cars. But then after I heard the amount of demand there was for the cars out there, I thought, okay, I'll switch it up a little bit. So I actually made my first choice the Sauber. I made the Renault my second choice and the Mercedes my third choice. So it turns out I've got the Mercedes, so I'll take it. Me and Phil are satisfied with that. We're happy with it, and we're hoping for a good season. So yeah, we'll see how it goes. And now we'll move on to Ferrari, and teaming up in there we've got 2 Scotsmen. We've got 4 Sticks and Aidan Griffins. That's going to be an interesting lineup, Jamie, isn't it?
Well, that's going to be a very interesting lineup. And that's going to be 4 Sticks' second season in the Ferrari. And that's Aidan's second season in the Ferrari, I think, too. So both of them are teaming up. And that'll be a very interesting one to watch, what the 2 Scotsmen can do in the Italian constructor. That does look like probably a Constructors' Championship favorite, maybe? You never know. And lining us up...
Yeah, but they're right up there. They're going to have a really good chance.
Oh, yeah.
That way.
Definitely. And lining up in the Red Bull is it's me 12321 and Bothy Dweller. A bit of late changes there, but they will be sat in, they'll be sat around the table with Christian Horner there. They'll be discussing strategies together in the trailer home. But yep, that's the 2 lineups for Red Bull, and I think that one does look a bit strong. I know it's me 12321 on his day when he stays clean. Can get some pretty solid results. The same goes for Bothy Dweller. So that's gonna be an interesting one to watch too. Yeah,
it's gonna be quite interesting. Again, it's the car that everyone has been. Well, hold on a minute. Shoot, I've lost the bloody thing. Where is it?
Yeah.
Damn it. Yeah, I found it. Yep, I think it's going to be a good lineup again, Jamie. I think Bothy Dweller has showed some signs of pace.
Oh yeah.
Some flashes of pace. I think he's got a good chance in the championship if he can keep his nose clean. We know he likes a little bit of an aggressive. He's got an aggressive side, so we'll see how he gets on. It's me looking to prove himself in ILR 2, and yeah, it's his second season there, and maybe he can deliver as well. But yeah. Moving on to Force India, the one that's bright pink. And who else to shove into a bright pink car other than Paul McGuinness and Rugger? They really will suit that pink car, Jamie. I really think they will.
I can see Paul McGuinness. Yep. Paul McGuinness and Gullid masterclass in the Force India. So long as Gullid actually shows up, I think Force India might be up there. I think it might be challenging for some very, very strong points. I'd say a top 3 constructor. The way that season's looking, probably a top 3. Yeah, definitely.
Potentially, yeah. I just can't wait to see Gullid running about with a pink race suit on. I think imagine Gullid with a big smiley face running about in that pink suit. He's gonna get. Don't worry, there'll be a lot of pointing and laughing at Gullid, that's for sure. But yeah, Force India, Gullid and Paul. So Jamie, take us on to Williams.
Yeah, in Williams we've got Lico Blocks and George X14, and those two have been pretty quick. I think Lico Blocks, when he keeps his head down, he's quite a consistent driver. He scores some strong points. He won in Silverstone in ILR 2, and I know George is I think he's racing on a wheel. He had a messy outing in Abu Dhabi in ILR 1, but I think if he gets his head down, I think those two could be a favorite for probably a top 3 Constructors' Championship. I don't know. There's too many competitive people to even say where anyone's going to end up, but that does look like a very strong pairing.
Yeah, it's a very tight league all in all, and yeah, another strong pairing. Meanwhile, the boys in America, the boys driving for the Haas team, of course, as I've already said in ILR 3, the re-look livery you will see in the game when they update it. Carl Meds 1 and Duro, they will be racing together down at Haas. Carl Meds, can you tell me a bit about him, Jamie? It's not one I've seen in the team or the race sheets too often.
So he's newer. He's not the fastest, but he's very consistent and stays very clean. So I think he'll be looking to score some points in this season. I know Juro, he's actually quite quick. He did qualify top 4 in the China trial race on Wednesday, and I think he finished on the podium, but he did have some promising pace, so that's going to be a very interesting one to see. I know Juro will probably be one that could be fighting for a title, but Carl Meds will be looking just to score some points.
Yep, absolutely. So, on the Toro Rosso, Jamie, take us through it.
Behave, you can take
it. You through. No way, I'm taking that. I am not having you go anywhere near that. You're not announcing yourself. Yes, there you go. Toro Rosso is the master of disaster.
Oh, okay, come on now.
Knows. why France Toss wanted to hire this man. It's Jamie. He is in Toro Rosso, and alongside him is EFC Matthew. Can you explain, Jamie, why have we got a Liverpool fan teaming with an Everton fan at Toro Rosso? That is a recipe for disaster, is it not?
Yeah, and that's exactly how we teamed up, where we put on the biggest disasters in ILR 1, so why not carry that into ILR 2? Obviously, there's going to be no team orders next season, so it'll be very interesting to see what will happen. And I just need to keep my head down and make sure that the ICE and MGUK make it to the end of the race. And I think we can score some solid points with Toro Rosso if Matthew can get his head on. It's not been on lately, but we're just looking to score some strong points and maybe bring home a title.
Well, we'll soon see, and hopefully your components on that car do stick together, Jamie, and you don't end up blowing to bits. So now on to the Renault team. We've got Flexi. He loves that Renault. He's always in that Renault, and he is teaming alongside Sebastian. Tell Sebastian, the Austrian driver, what can we expect from that pairing, Jamie?
Tao Sebastian is one of the fastest people I know over 1 lap pace. His race pace is not quite the quickest, but I do see him probably getting into the groove of league racing again. So I see him having a strong season, especially alongside Flexi. Flexi is also a very consistent and quick driver too, and that's one of the things I'm happy to see is that he's in ILR 2, so we can continue our massive battles from ILR 1. But that's a very, very strong looking Renault team. I can see them probably getting in there and winning the title,
Well, that's a big shout. We'll have to wait and see. They are in the Renault, and now we move on to McLaren. And I have to say, Jamie, it's a success. You take this one, Jamie. It's
yeah.
Turn, isn't it?
So alongside the McLaren is the co-owner of ILR is Jack Gooding, lines up alongside I've Got a Feeling, or Audio Gorilla, or known as Josh. Both of them will jump in the McLaren for next season. And that's a very quick and formidable looking pairing. And I can see them being probably the title favorites for the constructors as well. Got some really quick drivers in there, so it's all up to what Eric, the main man Eric, can do with that McLaren. I know it's struggling with the PU a bit, but I can see these guys will get as most out of the McLaren as they can.
Yep, so they will be the ones looking bright and orange and flashing out from the crowd. So we'll see. Jimmy says he labels them up there as one of the favourites for the title. And finally, in this Sauber, we've got Luke, hoping to score more points than he's ever done before, having only scored a handful of points last term. He is in the Sauber, and he's teaming up with Nicolo. I think there was actually a lot of discussion about those two splitting up just before the deadline shut. That's what I was hearing, Jamie. Did you hear anything about that?
Yeah, I heard about that. There was a lot of arguments behind closed doors, but things have been somewhat resolved, and hopefully the anger and there won't be any problems in the season, but that'll be a pairing that'll be very interesting to watch.
Yeah, hopefully they can keep their temperament together, Jamie.
Yeah.
And, well, that rounds up the ILR 2 lineup for the brand new season. Of course, ILR 1 races races next. Well, that's next on the list, but of course, ILR 3 is only been Thursdays. ILR 2 is going to be on Sundays. The 1st of October is when it kicks off. So now let's jump in to ILR 1.
Yes.
This is where we get down to the business end, Jamie. And
ILR 1, last and very least.
Lineups in here.
Oh yeah.
So I'm going to cover my eyes, Jamie, and let you take us away because these lineups are incredible. Go with the first one, Jamie. On you go.
So coming up as one of 9 of the title favorites for the constructors in the Mercedes, it's the knobhead. It's Frisky CJ, and he's teaming up with Skivan. So that's going to be a ridiculous pairing. That's going to be something that is be very fun to watch next season. And wow, I don't know what to say. Would I say the title favorites? I don't know. They're one of 9. They're one of 9 of the favorites. That's all I can say. But that's a very quick pairing, and we're looking forward to seeing what damage those two can do next season. Yeah,
it's going to be incredible. I mean, you can't write any one of these teams off when you look at them. We're just going to be calling them all title favourites. But CG and Skeeven's going to be very interesting. Skeeven's got a point to prove. He's had a few big mistakes, uncharacteristic errors last season. Spa being one of them, and he just didn't get the points, Jamie, when he needed them. So if they want to win the championship, they both need to be consistent. So that's Mercedes, and then on to Ferrari, and kicking us off. The first man in that Ferrari car is the winner of tonight's
dear, look at that
champions,
pairing.
Maxi T. and he's teaming up with another man that ended up on the podium in that race. Langley, now that is frightening.
That's a very quick one.
Right away, is looking like potential title contenders. CJ and Skeven, they're going to be quick, but I don't think they're going to be that quick. I think those two in that Ferrari could be taking the constructors' title back home to Maranello, Jamie.
Yeah, I think I'm taking that title back to Maranello. That's if the boys at Red Bull don't take the title. But actually, to be fair, Michelangelo will be teaming up with Ritson 97, and I know Michelangelo is a very, very quick driver, and I know Ritson's been struggling with the clutch a bit lately. So I don't know if that's a pairing that's going to bring home the World Constructors Championship. But that is an interesting choice, an interesting pairing, I'd say, and hopefully they'll look somewhat competitive next season. What do you think, Andy?
Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm not going to lie. I'm going to be brutal. I'm going to be honest. Ritson is going to be the weak point. He is going to be Michelangelo's Barrichello. I'm sorry. He is. I cannot see Ritson scoring enough points to overcome the likes of Maxi T1 partnership, Jamie. I just cannot see it. And for that reason, Red Bull will not win the Constructors' Championship. Ritson's got a point to prove. He really does. He needs to deliver in 50% races. He's not been able to do it. It's time he did.
Yeah.
So, let's have a look at the Force India team. The boys in bright pink. We have got Switchy and Tizzle. Switchy, brand new, coming back into the league, first timer. He's done really well in the trial races, Jimmy. How do you rate their chances down at Force India?
Actually, I rate their chances because Switchy's very rapid, and I do enjoy watching him race. If Tizzle can keep his head on for a 50-minute race, I think those two will be a very formidable bunch to watch. I do like when Tizik has his head on and he's controlling the pace, and when he's leading he looks very confident. So if they can bring that out for F1 2017, I can see them being probably even one of the 9 favorites to win the Constructors' Championship. And that's if the other one of the 9 in the Williams Parkway Drive and one of the fastest drivers on PS4, Beastas. Both of them will be in the Williams for next season, and both of them are pretty damn quick. I know Beastas will be. He's quick to show his pace. I've raced him a couple of times in PSF1, and yeah, that's gonna be very interesting. Constructors' Championship fight, right? And we still have even more and more and more to announce.
I really think Williams versus Ferrari. That's what sticks out to me at the moment.
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I can see. I think we could see a few Ferrari front row lockouts. We could see a few Williams front row lockouts. They, to me, both look like two very, very, very strong teams. And yeah, it's going to be thrilling down at Williams. Parkway Drive, we know he's quick, we know he's rapid. We showed it today until he had his issues, and we know Beastas be here. He's absolutely going to set this league alight. So there's a lot of hype. The Beastas hype train has just left the station. So make sure you stay tuned over the next few months as we get the season going on October 1st. Yeah, so down at Haas, we've got Ace of Pace and Shimase.
And that's a very quick pairing as well.
Jimmy? They'll be driving the Haas car. Surely not enough to win the title.
You never know, actually, because I know Ace of Pace has it on his day, and so does Shimase, because Shimase hasn't. I've seen him in Hungary. His pace looked very good in Hungary as well. He was fighting for the lead at one point, and so I see that's one that could get up there if Ferrari, Mercedes, and Williams have a bit of a disaster. Not too big, not too big, but I can see them being one of the 9 favorites to win the WCC. But not the top, but they are a very quick pairing of drivers. And next up, in the most in-demand car of all time, we have Dirty Apex Hunter and Bulletproof 93, and they'll be driving for the other Italian constructor, Toro Rosso. What do you think of that, Andy?
Well, you're the lucky boys that's got the Toro Rosso. Bulletproof, he's got a point to prove. We know he's quick on his day, but is he quick enough in this field? That's the question. He has to show it that he is. Dirty Apex Hunter, he's shown flashes, Jamie, in the trial race in Monaco. That was enough for me to say that he's a class act.
Yep.
And there's a good chance that he could really be a surprise package this season and could potentially fight for that title. But it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard. I don't see it this season, but in the future, maybe.
Maybe.
Toro Rosso, he could do with a strong platform.
All right. You want to take us through to the Renault boys?
Renault. Yeah, the Renault boys. We've got the man that loves an overtake. We've got Johnny R, 95. He's driving the Renault, and alongside him, the speed demon, the young Hungarian, P. Zalin. can he lift the title? Can he find the consistency that his big rival Michelangelo has, and maybe make a challenge to the other guys around him? Jamie, do you think Zalin is going to be a threat in this title race?
Oh yeah, he's going to be a threat for the World Drivers' Championship, that's for sure. And as for the World Constructors, it all depends. Johnny 95, if you can find just a bit more pace, I'd say yeah. But that's a very good looking pairing. I know Johnny is going to be pulling some very interesting and very exciting overtakes in 2017 that I cannot wait to commentate.
Yep.
And I'm going to run us into the next one. Way in the McLaren. It's the ILR1 champion and the ILR1 runner-up to the title. It's Michael Davis 93 and I'm Corza 9. And they'll be lining up in the McLaren. That's going to be a very interesting one, Andy. What do you think of that pairing?
Yeah, I've looked at it and I'm not that surprised that they two have teamed up. They showed a lot of respect for each other in the title race last year, and I think that that's going to be the most harmonious teammate pairing on the grid. I think that'll be a good laugh between the two of them, and I think they're going to be sharing setups.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be a lot of practice going into it from their end, and I expect it to show good results. And,
definitely.
Winning the title, though, I know they've won it this year, but surely not in a field like that, Jamie. I just don't think it's possible. I think
I don't know.
Quick drivers in there.
There's a lot of quick drivers. And as for the constructors, it all depends if Corey can keep his mop on and just, stay on and show some pace. And same goes for Mike, if he can keep his head on as well. I think both of them could probably, you never know, anything can happen. Anything can happen in F1 2017. But
yep,
that's all I'm going to say for now.
So we move on to the final pairing. The final pairing across the three leagues. And in the Sauber, we've got the newcomer Stanley 1293, and he's teaming up with the Watchman 54. What do you think, Jamie? The two Saubers, the final pairing. How do you rate their chances?
Stanley is very quick. The Watchman is a bit inconsistent. He's about midfield pace, so that's gonna be a very interesting pairing to see there. I know Stanley's gonna. I don't know. That's probably one of the ones that aren't going to probably be in that constructors fight. But it's weird though, because they could be down in 11th as a constructor but still be scoring solid points, because that's how competitive next season looks. And that's those lineups, man, that's going to be ridiculous.
Yeah, it sure is. We've got all the lineups then. For all those watching, you now know which team you will be driving for. All the fans know where all the drivers will be. It doesn't matter, they all know which league they will be in. They know which team they'll be driving for. Get set for October 1st when ILR1 kicks off at 5:30. ILR2 kicking off at 7 o'clock, and we do not have the date yet for ILR3. We do not know if it will be the Thursday prior to or the Thursday after the October 1st. So we now know the lineups, we know the teams, we know the leagues, and we now know who our ILR Race of Champions winner is. That is the brilliant drive from, for goodness sake, Maxi T to win that today. He has the bragging rights, Jamie, to take over the next few months, and that is us, Jamie. We can wrap it up there.
That's a wrap up, and this will, thank you very much. This will be a send off to F1 2016, which has been a decent game. It had its moments, but we're looking forward to F1 2017, which looks very promising, and will probably bring some more entertaining racing. But thank you for tuning in for this season, and we'll catch you a month. Actually, I have to say, in a month's time is going to be testing every Wednesday in September. So if you want to join, then just shoot us a DM or just show up. We'll just send out invites out randomly. But thank you for tuning in, and this has been all from us.
See you later.